A lot of things that maybe aren't making sense to people when they take their constitutional law class suddenly start making a lot of sense when you see it through the lens of natural law. You start understanding, why did the founding fathers structure things this way? Why did the government work in this way? What were their motivations? Why did they all agree to this? Why did they all think that this just made sense? Once you understand the common foundation that they were all working on, this natural law foundation, these first principles, it becomes very obvious and very clear how all these pieces fall into place.
It's a formative academic opportunity. It's a chance to think about, what's the source of law? What's the basis? Why do we have the laws we do? It's all rooted in logic and reason that's accessible to any man, which sets it apart from the academic education that the vast majority of us received in law school.
It's like we're on the USS Legal Positivism. We're on this boat and it's the only thing we know. And then one day we look over the edge and we see there's a river. And I think what this movement is all about is looking to the source, looking for the fount of this river, and just accepting that while we need to know why we're on the boat, we also need to recognize that there's a river down there of principles.
Something that's very unique to the conservative legal community is all the ideas that we share together. And you can certainly talk about that from a lot of different angles. It can be public policy, it can be methods of interpretation. There's a lot in common there, but it's usually about how are we doing the law. Something that James Wilson offers that's even more unique is it goes beyond the how and asks, why are we here? Why are we doing what we're doing? What are the values that drive us?
So many of the conversations about the morals and the ethics that underpin our entire legal system are not new. And not only are they not new, these are conversations that have been discussed by some of the greatest minds and philosophers and legal theoreticians for millennia. Our legal education just asks us to ignore it. Ultimately, that kind of knowledge can only be distilled and refined through generations. Organizations like the James Wilson Institute give us access and the ability to look at and learn from some of these ancients, from those who've actually studied them. That is something that is unique, it is something that is important, and is something that is completely missing both from the public and from higher education generally.